Commander Vex'thal had lived for 347 cycles, and in all that time, he had never, not once, felt genuine fear. Annoyance? Sure. Frustration? Daily. But fear? That was for lesser species. That was for prey animals and planets without proper defense grids. Until today. Sir, the human vessel is still transmitting. His communications officer, Krill, announced from her station, her mandibles clicking nervously. Same message. Same frequency. They have been repeating it for the past 6 hours. Vex'thal's 3 eyes narrowed as he stared at the view screen. The human ship, if you could even call it that, looked like someone had welded a mining freighter to a civilian transport and slapped some weapons on the side. It was pathetic. Laughable, really. And yet, here they were, his entire battle fleet, holding position at maximum weapons range like scared hatchlings. Play it again, he ordered, leaning back in his command throne. Krill hesitated. Actually hesitated. That alone should have told him something. Commander, perhaps we should just play it again. The speakers crackled to life, and that infuriatingly calm human voice filled the bridge once more. Male, Vex'thal thought. They always sounded so stupidly confident. This is Captain Marcus Kane of the Earth defense vessel Defiant. To the Kaldrex war fleet currently occupying Terran shipping lanes near the Outer Rim, we are transmitting this message for the third and final time. You have attacked 17 human civilian transports in the past month. You have killed over 4,000 people. Men, women, children. We asked nicely the first time. We asked firmly the second time. This is not a third request. There was a pause, and Vex'thal could hear what sounded like. Was that music playing in the background? Were these lunatics listening to entertainment during a military confrontation? The human continued. Here is your situation. You currently have 43 warships, 6 carriers, and enough firepower to glass a small moon. Impressive numbers. Truly. We have 1 ship. 1 single ship. Another pause. Now, I know what you are thinking. You are thinking this is going to be easy. You are thinking humans are soft. You are thinking we negotiate because we are weak. The voice dropped lower, and even through the translation matrix, Vex'thal felt his scales prickle. You are wrong. Sir, Krill interrupted, her voice tight. Our tactical sensors are detecting something odd. Define odd. The human ship's power readings just spiked by 3,000%. No, wait. 5,000. 7,000. Commander, that is not possible. Their reactor should have melted down by now. Vex'thal sat up straighter. Weapon systems? All of ours are locked and ready, sir. But theirs are still offline. They are not even powering weapons. On the view screen, the human ship began to move. Not toward them. Not away. It started spinning. Slowly at first, then faster. And faster. What in the 17 hells are they doing? Subcommander Tark growled from the tactical station. The transmission continued. You see, we have been very, very good for the past 200 years. We joined your little galactic community. We followed your rules. We signed your treaties. We played nice. The human laughed, and it was not a pleasant sound. Do you know how hard that has been? Do you have any idea what it takes for humanity to pretend to be civilized? The ship was spinning so fast now, it was just a blur on the view screen. Here is what is going to happen, Captain Kane said. You are going to turn your fleet around. You are going to leave Terran space. You are going to compensate the families of every single person you killed. And you are going to do it in the next 60 seconds. Arrogant fool, Vex'thal roared, slamming his fist on the armrest. Communications. Send a response. Tell them we have 43 ships to their 1. Tell them. Or, the human interrupted, as if he could hear Vex'thal's thoughts. Or, you can refuse. You can decide to fight. And then, Commander Vex'thal of the Kaldrex Empire, then you will learn why humanity does not build warships. Vex'thal froze. How did this human know his name? You will learn why we put all our weapons research into civilian vessels. You will learn why every human ship, every single one, can become a weapon in exactly 7.3 seconds. But most importantly, the human's voice went cold, dead cold. You will learn why the rest of the galaxy made us promise to never, ever, stop pretending to be civilized. The spinning ship suddenly stopped, and every single weapon port on Vex'thal's flagship started screaming alerts simultaneously. 60 seconds, C. 59 seconds. Status report. Vex'thal barked, trying to keep his voice steady, trying to ignore the way his claws were digging into the armrests of his command throne. "All weapon systems are locked, sir," Tark shouted, his four arms flying across his console. "I cannot override. The targeting matrix is frozen. Fire control is not responding." "How? How is that possible?" "I do not know, sir. Their ship should not have this capability. According to our intelligence, humans barely have functional quantum encryption, let alone the ability to hack Kaldrex military-grade systems." Krill's voice cut through the chaos. "Commander, the human vessel is hailing us again. Do not answer." "Sir, they are broadcasting on every frequency, including our internal communications channels. Everyone can hear them. Every ship, every crew member." 50 seconds. This time, it was not Captain Kane's voice. It was a woman. She sounded younger, almost bored. "Hello, Kaldrex Fleet. This is Lieutenant Emma Gray, communications officer aboard the Defiant. Quick question. Did you guys actually believe we sent our military specifications to the Galactic Council? Like the real ones?" She laughed. It was a sharp, mocking sound. "Oh, that is adorable. That is genuinely adorable." Vex'thal felt something cold settle in his stomach. "See, here is the thing about humans," Lieutenant Gray continued. "We lie. A lot. We lie so much that we had to invent entire philosophical frameworks about whether lying is morally acceptable. We had to create laws about which lies are illegal. We lie for fun. We lie for profit. We lie because it is Tuesday and we are bored." 40 seconds. "So when your intelligence officers asked for our ship specifications, we gave them what we wanted you to see. Mining vessels, cargo haulers, research ships, all very peaceful, very harmless. And technically, that is all true. Those ships do mine. They do haul cargo. They do research." Her voice dropped. "They just also happen to mount weapon systems that would make your dreadnoughts look like children's toys." "Sir," Krill's mandibles were clicking so fast, they were almost a blur. "I am detecting massive energy buildups across their hull. Their entire ship is becoming a weapon platform. All ships, focus fire on the human vessel. Now." "I cannot, sir. Nothing is responding." Lieutenant Gray was still talking. "You know what humanity's greatest invention was? Not faster than light travel. Not artificial intelligence. Not even pizza, although that is a close second. No, our greatest invention was making other species think we were harmless." 30 seconds. The human ship was not moving. It just hung there in space, power readings still climbing, climbing to levels that should not exist. 200 years ago, we met the galaxy, the lieutenant said. And you know what we found? We found species that had never fought a total war. Species that had never experienced genuine, survival-level conflict. You had your little territorial disputes, your trade disagreements, your political squabbles. She paused. We had world wars. We had weapons designed specifically to end civilizations. We had strategies for fighting enemies we could not see, could not hear, could not even imagine. 20 seconds. But we really wanted to join your community. So we made a deal. We promised to play nice. We promised to be good neighbors. We promised to never, ever show you what we actually are." Vex'thal's throat was dry. "Krill, open a channel. Surrender terms." "Sir, do it now." 15 seconds. "Too late for that, Commander," Captain Kane's voice returned, cutting off whatever Vex'thal had been about to say. "You had 3 chances. You killed our people 3 times. The time for talking is over." 10 seconds. "Wait." Vex'thal stood, his voice cracking. "We will leave. We will pay. Just tell us what you want." "Oh, we are way past negotiations," Kane said, and Vex'thal could hear the smile in his voice. Now you get to see what happens when humanity stops pretending." 5 seconds. "All ships." Vex'thal screamed. "Emergency jump. Get us out of here." "Sir, the jump drives are not responding. Something is blocking our ability to enter hyperspace." For point 3.2. The human ship split open, not like it was damaged, not like it was breaking apart. It split open like a flower blooming, like it was designed to do exactly this. And inside was nothing but weapons. Hundreds of them. Thousands. Railguns, plasma cannons, missile pods, energy weapons that Vex'thal had never seen before, technologies that should not exist. Point 1. "Fire," Captain Kane said simply. "And the universe became Lightomander," Captain Kane said cheerfully. Choose wisely. Vex'thal woke up on the floor of his bridge, or what was left of his bridge. Sparks rained down from exposed conduits above, and the acrid smell of burned circuitry filled his nostrils. His ears were ringing. No, wait. That was the emergency klaxon. Damage report, he croaked, pulling himself up on his command throne. The throne that now had a piece of ceiling panel embedded in it. Right where his head had been 30 seconds ago. Krill was still at her station, somehow. Her face was cut, leaking blue blood down her chin, but her fingers were still working the controls. We are alive, sir. Barely. Shields are down to 8%. Hull breaches on decks 5 through 12. Weapons are completely offline. Life support is holding, but only just. The fleet. Krill turned to look at him, and Vex'thal saw something in her eyes he had never seen before. Not from her. Not from any Kaldrex warrior. Terror. Pure, unadulterated terror. What is left of it, sir? Vex'thal limped to the view screen and immediately wished he had not. His fleet. His beautiful, powerful fleet. 43 warships and 6 carriers. The pride of the Kaldrex Empire. 22 ships remained, and none of them were in fighting condition. How long, he whispered. How long was the engagement? For 0.6 seconds, sir. For 0.6 seconds. One human ship had destroyed or disabled half his fleet in less than 5 seconds. And they had not even moved. They had just hung there in space, spinning, blooming, firing, and his entire military career had become a joke. Sir, incoming transmission from the human vessel. Put it through. Captain Kane's face appeared on the screen. He looked completely relaxed, sitting in his command chair like he was having tea with friends. Behind him, his crew was laughing. Actually laughing. Vex'thal could see Lieutenant Gray high-fiving someone. Commander Vex'thal, Kane said pleasantly. I hope you are still with us. My weapons officer got a bit enthusiastic there. He wanted to turn this into a 5-second engagement, but I made him slow down. Thought you deserved at least a fighting chance. You knew, Vex'thal said, his voice hollow. You knew we would refuse. Of course we knew. You Kaldrex are predictable, arrogant. You have been bullying smaller species for 2 centuries. You think might makes right. You think numbers equal victory. Kane leaned forward. Let me tell you something about humanity. We do not care about your numbers. We do not care about your tradition of honorable combat. We care about winning. And we got very, very good at winning. Tark, bleeding from a head wound, managed to speak. This is a war crime. The Galactic Council will hear about this. They will sanction Earth. They will do nothing. Lieutenant Gray's voice cut in from off-screen. Because you fired first. Oh wait, you did not, did you? Because we locked down your systems. But you tried to fire first. And according to Galactic Law Section 7, Subsection 42, Paragraph 9, any species that attempts hostile action against a vessel that has issued a formal warning is considered the aggressor. We checked. We are lawyers like that. Kane smiled. It was not a nice smile. Here is how this is going to work. You are going to limp back to Kaldrex Prime. You are going to tell your high command exactly what happened here. You are going to tell them that one human ship did this. 1. Then you are going to pay reparations for every life you took, every family you destroyed, every child who will grow up without parents because you wanted to play pirate in our space. And if we refuse? Vex'thal asked, though he already knew the answer. Then we stop sending civilian vessels through your territory, Kane said simply. We start sending military ones. And Commander, let me be very clear about something. This ship, the Defiant, this is not a military vessel. This is a retrofitted cargo hauler. We built it in 6 months using off-the-shelf parts and duct tape. Our actual military ships. He leaned back, that terrible smile widening. Those are the ones we promised the galaxy we would never build. The transmission cut off, and silence filled the bridge. The kind of silence that comes after you realize you have made a mistake so catastrophic, so fundamental, that your entire understanding of the universe has shifted. Sir, Krill said quietly. What do we do? Vex'thal looked at the view screen, at the remains of his fleet, at the human ship just hanging there, not even damaged, not even breathing hard, just waiting to see what they would do next. We go home, he said finally. We tell them everything. And we pray to every god in the pantheon that the humans keep pretending to be civilized. Because if they ever stopped pretending entirely, the galaxy would burn, and there would not be a single thing anyone could do to stop it. 3 weeks later, the Galactic Council chamber was packed. Every species in known space had sent representatives. The Kaldrex Empire had sent their entire high command, which was unusual. What was more unusual was that they looked terrified. Vex'thal stood at the central podium, his scales dull, his three eyes unfocused. He had not slept properly since the engagement. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw that human ships splitting open like the jaws of some ancient predator. The council recognizes Commander Vex'thal of the Kaldrex Empire. The council speaker announced, her tentacles waving formally. You have requested this emergency session. Please state your concern. Humanity is a threat to galactic peace, Vex'thal said, his voice steady despite everything. They attacked my fleet without provocation. They used illegal weapons technology. They violated every treaty regarding military engagement. They must be sanctioned, contained, stopped. The murmur that went through the chamber was not what he expected. It was not agreement. It was not outrage. It was amusement. The human delegation sat in the back row, looking completely unbothered. There were 5 of them. Captain Kane was there, still in his rumpled uniform. Lieutenant Gray was filing her nails. Actually filing her nails. During a galactic council session, Commander Vex'thal, the speaker said carefully, we have reviewed the engagement logs you submitted. All of them. From every ship. We have also reviewed the communications transcripts. Would you like to revise your statement? I do not understand. You attacked human civilian transports 17 times. You killed 4,062 human citizens. You were warned 3 times. You refused to comply. You attempted to fire on a vessel that had offered you peaceful resolution. The speaker's tentacles curled in what Vex'thal had learned was disappointment. Commander, you were not the victim here. You were the aggressor. But they destroyed half my fleet. In self-defense, a voice called out from the human delegation. It was Kane. He stood up slowly, stretching like he had just woken from a nap. And if I remember correctly, we could have destroyed all of it. We showed remarkable restraint. Restraint. Vex'thal roared. You call that restraint? Yes, Kane said simply. He walked down to the chamber floor, his hands in his pockets. Casual. Too casual for someone addressing the most powerful governing body in the galaxy. We gave you 60 seconds to leave. We could have fired immediately. We gave you 3 warnings over 3 weeks. We could have responded after the first attack. We disabled your ships instead of destroying them. We could have killed every single one of you. The chamber went silent. Here is what you do not understand, Commander. What none of you understand. Kane turned, addressing the entire council now. Humanity joined this community because we wanted peace. We wanted to be part of something bigger than ourselves. We wanted to believe that civilization could mean something more than just who has the biggest guns. But we never forgot what we are capable of. Lieutenant Gray stood up, walking down to join Kane. Every human child learns about the world wars, about the nuclear age, about the times we nearly destroyed ourselves. We learn about these things so we never forget what happens when humanity stops being civilized. She looked directly at Vex'thal. You should be grateful we remember those lessons. The Kaldrex Empire demands justice. Vex'thal slammed his fist on the podium. They must pay for what they did. Oh, we will pay, Kane said. We will pay to repair your ships. We will pay for medical treatment for your wounded. We will even pay for grief counselors for your traumatized crews. Consider it a gift. A reminder. A reminder of what? Kane's expression went cold. Dead cold. The same voice Vex'thal had heard on that transmission. A reminder that humanity is nice because we choose to be. Not because we have to be. Not because we are weak. Because we choose it. Every single day, we choose to be civilized. We choose to follow your laws. We choose to play by your rules. He stepped closer to Vex'thal, close enough that the commander could see the absolute certainty in those human eyes. But if you ever attack our people again, we will stop choosing. We will show you what humanity looks like when we stop pretending, when we stop being nice, when we remember that for most of our history, we were not explorers or diplomats or traitors. Kane smiled, and it was the most frightening thing Vex'thal had ever seen. We were hunters. And Commander, we are very, very good at hunting. The council chamber was silent. This session is adjourned, the speaker said quietly. The council finds no violation of galactic law by the human delegation. The Kaldrex Empire will pay full reparations to the families of the deceased. This matter is closed. As Vex'thal left the chamber, defeated and humiliated, he heard Lieutenant Gray talking to another human delegate. Think they learned their lesson? She asked. For now, the delegate replied. Until the next species decides to test us. Should we be worried about that? Nah, the delegate said, laughing. Let them test us. Let them all test us. Because every single time, they will learn the same thing. What is that? That humanity's greatest weapon is not our ships. Not our technology. Not even our tactical brilliance. The delegate paused. It is that we can be absolutely terrifying, and we choose not to be. That choice, that restraint, that is what makes us dangerous. Because it means we can always turn it off. Vex'thal walked faster, his claws clicking on the metal floor. Behind him, he could hear the humans laughing. Not cruelly, not mockingly, just laughing, like this was all a game to them. And maybe it was. Maybe to humanity, all of this, the entire galaxy, was just them playing nice that he really hoped they never got bored of pretending. So what did you think? Did this story surprise you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this sci-fi story, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing science fiction stories every week. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.